My developing ideology of education. Education is very important to the world. There are many different ideas about education and evaluations about it too. These are called ideologies, but the question is, what actually is an ideology? Bartlett and Burton suggest that an ideology is based on the purpose of education, the organisation of education, and the delivery of the curriculum and people's opinions on this. Matheson, however, suggests that an ideology is about any package of educational ideas held by a group of people about formal arrangements of education. In my eyes, an ideology is an individual representation of what education is to that person. Educational ideologies can be split into three different groups: ideologies based around the individual, ideologies based around society, and ideologies based around knowledge. Ideologies based around the individual are very child-centred and believe that the child is the most important part of education. Ideologies based around society believe that education is there to prepare children for their part in society and for their future life, whereas ideologies based on knowledge should have a rigorous approach to learning and are very focused on formal testing and exams. My ideology is mainly based on individual but has aspects of society. So let's start talking about my focus on individual. I personally believe there should be less testing in schools and more focus on the child. There is too much focus on exams and the child's needs need to be put first. My ideology does align with Steiner and his ideologies in education. He believed in the development of the whole child, not just about education, but about their emotional, physical, social and spiritual development. All needs need to be taken into account of the child. In Finnish education, there are free services available for each child. They have free school meals, free mental health services, social support and family support. I believe that this is very important that we should implement this in our education in the UK. Any focus on the child will give them better health and in turn better education. I also believe that the environment should be very child focused. We learn from our environment and children imitate what they see. If they see someone doing something bad, they are more likely to imitate it, just as if they do something good, they will also imitate that too. This aligns with Maria Montessori. She believed in the favourable environment as a facilitator of learning. She believed that the environment shapes who we are and our educational experiences. I know that the educational environment shaped me, and I think this is very, very important in a child's education. And finally, focusing on the individual aspect of my ideology, I believe that teaching should also be child-centred. Teaching should focus on helping the child develop their learning and themselves, rather than getting them through exams and getting the highest grades. Steiner and Montessori both had similar ideas that teachers should be the developer and the influencer of the environment. I do agree with this. As I previously said before, the environment is very important to education. However, I do believe that teachers should be able to do what they do best: teach. Teachers should be able to share their knowledge, wisdom and life experiences with the children, and these experiences will be able to help the children develop even better. As previously stated before, aspects of social approach to education are also part of my ideology. I believe that education should prepare children for their future in society. There is not enough focus on the fact that they are already part of the society whilst learning. I believe that practical skills should be taught within schools, those such as cleaning, cooking and gardening. I know that if I was taught these skills at school, I would be a much more independent and mature person than I was now. Montessori education does teach these skills within the classroom, and children are a lot more independent because of this. Ken Robinson said that young people are living their lives now, and this is very important. I believe that education does not take this into account as much as it should do. We should be teaching people how to live their lives now, not just for the future. Another part of society that I think is very important when looking at education is the fact that schools should be socially equitable. In the UK, there are too many gaps in achievement between different social groups, such as social class and ethnic minorities. I think that we need to change this, and looking at the Finnish education system, I think that they might have found the answer. Children receive free school meals, and this is not dependent on how rich or poor their parents are. There are little private schools, and all children have equal opportunities. I believe that showing equal opportunities is going to make education a lot better throughout the world for children. So to conclude, that is the beginning of my developing ideology. I'm not going to sit here and say that this is my final ideology of education, because throughout my educational journey, my ideology will keep on developing when I come into contact with new and different concepts of education. Thank you.